habe das Gondeliser geküsst. Guten Tag.
Schuss.
Schuss. Schuss. Schuss. Schuss. Tor.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
We learnt that in the shopping centre.
The Australian national women's football team have been learning German. I'm visiting them here in Göttingen, where they are based during the World Cup. Tamika Butt, Sally Shippard, Elisa Calland-Knight and Claire Polkinghorn seem relaxed and happy as they prepare for their first World Cup match.
How do you say Australia in German?
Gänselise. I want to kiss the Gänselise.
Kissing the statue of the Gänseliesel, or Goose Girl, is an old tradition in Göttingen. The medieval town in central Germany is not normally known as a football mecca and is not hosting any of the games. But the arrival of the Australians has brought World Cup fever to Göttingen. The players are called the Matildas, and they were given a hearty, musical welcome in their temporary German home. The band greeted them with Waltzing Matilda, Australia's unofficial national anthem and source of the team's nickname. Uwe Huneus is there from the start. His brother lives in Australia, and Uwe is one of the Matildas' biggest fans here. Uwe tells me he admires the Matildas' style of play. It's as good as any men's team, he says, so he enjoys watching them play. And sure enough, we meet Uwe again at the team's training session. He reports back to his brother down under every day, charting the team's progress. The team is the youngest at the World Cup, with an average age of less than 22. The women know each other well, as they play in the Australian League together. The players still have jet lag. But in any case, coach Tom Samani has no mercy and stops the training session to give the women instructions.
Yeah, feeling a bit weary today, which is a bit surprising considering we've had the day off yesterday. But the muscles do feel as if they're moving a little slowly, but I'm sure we'll recover in time for the game tomorrow.
The next day, a practice game has attracted a crowd of 3,000, Australia versus Göttingen. And of course, Uwe Huneus is in the stands. The Matildas are testing their mettle against a pick of amateurs from local clubs from the 4th and 5th division. But they are a match for the Matildas, at first at least. Tom Samani is not happy. And then the Göttingen girls even put one past the Australian goalie. That finally awakens the Matildas' fighting spirit. Tamika Butt scores twice, and her teammates score another 3 goals. "5-1 is the half-time score. The Australians' biggest fan is pleased with the results so far. It's obvious how much fun they have on the field, says Uwe. They need to put in more training as the World Cup approaches. He's looking forward to the second half. There's one more goal for Australia after the break, but with the score at 6-1, the Matildas have mercy on their amateur opponents. But the work's not over for the team after the match is over. They have a growing fan base in their adopted hometown. This woman thinks they're great and hopes they do really well in the World Cup. And the Australians are pleasantly surprised at their reception in Göttingen.
We were actually quite shocked when we arrived on the bus and there was like a little sort of football festival happening. We do not get that in Australia, and it's a great deal of support that we get here, and some Aussie fans, which was good to see.
Back at the hotel, they talked through the game. But how do they wind down after a match?
Sleeping, eating chocolate.
Movies, horror movies.
It's not a horror film they watch the next day, but a video of the German team playing. Tamika Butt and her teammates will not face off against Germany until the semi-finals at the earliest. They know I've reported on the German team often and want to know what I know about their tactics.
I think I'd be their mascot, but they're definitely the team to beat, so I definitely would want to have a good go at them in the grand final.
A few days later, the players have a day off, from soccer at least. They meet local high school students and talk about everything, including German food.
My mum's Dutch, so I eat a lot of German food and I like that paste, that meat paste. I think it's liverwurst.
The next official event on the agenda is a visit with Göttingen's mayor. The team signs the Golden Book of the city.
Dankeschön.
Thank you very much.
And outside the city hall, they're surprised to find a crowd of Göttingen fans cheering them on. After all that official business, the women drop into a traditional German pub. But it's coffee, not German beer, on the menu for the athletes. Here, one local fan even tries to give them his little dog as a present and a mascot for their team. Cute as the dog is, the Matildas politely refuse. Still, the pet has won their hearts, and the Matildas have won the hearts of more Göttingen locals. But now it's time to start training in earnest for the competition. The team allows training to be filmed. And the camera is even allowed on the team bus, normally out of bounds when squads travel to major competitions. The Matildas will face the formidable Brazilian squad in their first World Cup match. Now I've watched them training hard, I'm sure the Matildas will be more than a match for the Brazilian women. They're training much harder now, much harder than in their national league. The athletes are pushed to their limits.
Good, you're chasing her. Good, now Lena, you're chasing her. You're getting it this side and transfer it across like that.
It's always a change stepping up into the international games, but I think the team's in good shape.
Uwe Hneus is also satisfied with the players' form. He's keeping a souvenir album and is collecting the team's autographs.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Uwe's hoping to see the Australians reach the final. Then, may the best team win. He'll be rooting for Germany when it comes down to it, but he'd be pleased to see the Matildas take the title, because they're such a friendly squad, he says. Before the women leave for their first game, I asked them what participating in the World Cup means to them.
Yeah, we're in the middle of living our dream, absolutely. Definitely. I think our dream as a kid is now becoming a reality, if that makes sense.
Here's hoping the FIFA Women's World Cup in Germany will turn out to be a dream festival of football.
Work it, baby, work it.